I think misinformation could possibly be one of the biggest dangers in today's time. Now I'm chilling on the dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones. All right, let's talk about the submarine capsule.
Oh, God.
Because what the hell were those people thinking? Yo, what is up with you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen from all over the world? We are back with another... No, but for real, what is up with you guys, man? We are back with another episode of Everybody Hates Jabber. We just at the crib with it today, y'all. We at the crib with it today. So we got probably the most reoccurring guest, as of now, definitely the most reoccurring guest, but probably one of the familiar faces you'll see. You said, huh?
I said no,
Well, on this new style of Everybody Hates Jabber, as you guys know, we started off here as Coffee and Kicks, and now we are Everybody Hates Jabber. Unfortunately, we lost Kicks after episode 10. Like I said before, he just had a whole lot of stuff that he had to do, that he had going for himself. My guy, just finished doctorate school and stuff, so he's got a whole future ahead of him, and, I wish him nothing but the best, nothing but luck in his future. But with that being said, we switched over where Everybody Hates Jabber. So in the Everybody Hates Jabber phase of this episode or of this podcast, you're now the most reoccurring guest. So congrats on that. How does that feel?
Good, I guess.
Good,
to
I
be
guess.
expected. You'll probably see more of me.
Yeah, unless her answers are going to be good, I guess. And then I'm not going to bring her on no more.
Whatever.
Nah, I'm messing.
I just won't help no more.
Oh, that's dirty. Y'all, she definitely is like the biggest help for sure. Like, and I definitely want to give her props on that before we even get too far into this, because that was something that I missed in the last episode. And yeah, I mean, like, Skylar right here is like literally like the driving force behind all this. Like, she keeps me motivated to do stuff. She nags at me a lot about spending money on stuff, that's for sure, but regardless, she still supports me. She helps me whenever I do need financial help with things. She's just like I said, the biggest fucking support that I have since I've started doing all this content creation, and so thank you for that. I love you for that. It's one of the things that I do love most about you. It's been a long time coming though. It hasn't always been at this point now. Like, you've always been supportive, but like before it was like super hard to do work. You know what I mean? Because it was like, and one thing is it took me so long to do things. So it would like take away a lot of time for us. And we were still kind of new in our relationship. So you wanted, of course, to be around me a lot and spend a lot of time with me. But I've definitely seen like you've progressed over, the years of me like consistently been working, and like now I am able to sit at the computer for as long as I need to and get stuff done. And I may have to hear about it once or twice, but not too much. So it's another thing that I'm thankful for is, just being able to like watch you like progress and to become more like comfortable with me doing these things and supportive, even more than what you already were. So that's pretty cool to see.
Thank you.
But anyway, guys, so like I said, we are back with another episode. We just had the crib with it today. We didn't have a guest line for you guys today, so I brought Skylar back on. We're just going to have like a pretty much an off-the-rip episode today. We have some topics and some questions lined up, of course, but it's kind of going to be just all over the place. So
yeah, it's going to be very random.
Yeah, going to be a very random pod. So we hope you guys are going to stay tuned and stick around for this one. But I'm excited for it. I like bringing episodes, and the more random, we get to talk about things that a lot of people don't necessarily know about us and things like that, and kind of pick our brains. So that's kind of cool. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. What's new for you? Like, what's been new? What's been going on in the life of Sky?
My hair's growing back.
Your hair is growing back.
It is.
Yes, it is. Let's talk about that. How does that feel?
Good, except like, I don't know. The hair growing phase is weird, and it doesn't always look how I want it to.
Yeah.
But it's nice that it's growing back. But it's so like small and like microscopic that it's kind of hard to tell as well.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm definitely glad for you for that, because I'm sure that's probably taken off like a lot of stress. Like they say, you know, the things happen because of stress, and they're like, oh, so you need to keep your stress to a minimum. But it's like, how do you keep your stress to a minimum when your hair is falling out every day? Like, how am I supposed to not be stressed about that?
Yeah, it was really hard, but after a while I just tried to stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And like, and you did do a good job of like that, where you did, you know what I'm saying, kind of stop stressing over it so much. But I'm still sure, like, in the back of your mind, it was probably like still just every day whenever you would brush your hair or take showers, you would have like that little sporadic 30 seconds or a minute or two of, you know, just stress where you're like, ugh, when is this going to be over? So now that it's finally grown back, the hair loss like has slowed down and stuff, I'm sure that's probably taking a big stress off.
Yeah, it doesn't really fall out anymore, not that I've really seen. Maybe, yeah, for sure when I brush it, but
Yeah,
not in the shower and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that's good. I'm so happy for you for that. I just lost my train of thought just that quick. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm happy for you for that. That I know is like one of those things that has just been weighing on you heavy. So that's really good. So do you want to talk about like what kind of like tell the people like what kind of treatments, you know what I'm saying, you've done? Like how did it go? Like, because, you know, did we talk about you having to do your shots last time? Or have we even done them?
I'm not sure.
Well, we can go ahead and talk about it again.
Yeah, so I had one major area on my head that was like basically completely bald.
Yeah.
So they gave me, it was steroid injections, just all around that area and then like in the middle of it, but they wouldn't give me any more anywhere else, or we were going to try the next appointment. But then by the next appointment my hair was growing, so now I'm just on like basically Rogaine.
Yeah, Rogaine.
For women, which is really weird to say.
Yeah. Rogaine for women.
Well, no, it's just like, I don't know. I think of for
Rogaine
old
in your
people, or mainly for bald men. I'm like,
You're a little young bald man.
basically. And then they also prescribed me another like liquid topical.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Basically like the same thing as Rogaine, just like a prescription grade.
Yeah, I guess. So I
Yeah.
put one on in the morning and one on at night.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, moving on past that, like I said, this is going to be a pretty random pod. So, I want to talk about like, teaching and stuff. So, a lot of people may not know, but like this past year and like coming up in this fall, you normally teach. So kind of tell people like what kind of style of teaching you do and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so very interesting, but I work for a nonprofit, and basically we just go into different schools, different grades, and we talk about like being drug-free, making good decisions, bullying, some social media stuff since that's on the rise.
Yeah.
I don't want to put it on me, but since I was in the position and we do content creation, I was like, hey, like, we should kind of bring this in our curriculum and talk more about it. And then what else? I guess mainly just having good people around you and the impact that decisions you make when a kid can follow you to an adult.
Yeah. And like, so what kind of like, and you teach like all grades and stuff, right? Like,
yeah, I've done 3rd through 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8th.
So talk about like how that like what's different from the 3rd graders and then the 8th graders, because that's like a big range, and like from 3rd grade to 8th grade you change so much. So like what's kind of the differences between those two?
You do, but also you'd be surprised, like a lot of the 3rd graders knew about everything that we talked about.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, also, I mean, in this day and age, like information is so much more accessible. Kids today just know so much more stuff. Like, I mean, whenever I was in 3rd grade, like, I just didn't even think about that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, the main thing I was thinking about was Tech Decks and, you know what I mean? Like, Sweet Life on Deck and, you know, Disney Channel and stuff. Like, it's crazy how much information and how much kids do learn at an early age nowadays.
For sure. And just, like, the exposure, like, in life, like, just in public, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
People are more open now.
Way more open than what they were back in the day. Like, you didn't see, like, all, like, the open pride events and, like, all of, like, I don't know what else is like a really big thing that like people do nowadays.
Vaping.
Vaping, yeah. Vaping is a very big one. And then social media too. I mean, even if you don't see it in public, like you see other people doing it in public all the time on your phone. Like whenever we were growing up, you know, we didn't really have phones. I mean, I guess kind of whenever you were growing up, we kind of started getting more into phones. But
yeah,
still
but it was
like,
not about drugs and vaping and alcohol at all, really.
Yeah. Now like the internet is just so like washed with like a bunch of like crazy stuff that is just like adult stuff really is what it is, and then like kids have access to that adult stuff so easily, and if their parents aren't monitoring it, then they just have free access.
Yeah, and like misinformation.
Yes.
Like you can just look at something and think it's the truth and believe that, and that's that. You don't believe anything else.
I think misinformation could possibly be one of the biggest dangers in today's time, honestly, because it's so easy to put out an idea that you know is not true, but it's just an idea, and there's so many people that like that type of thinking, that like that idea, and will just take it and run with it because you have a big following, or you have, you know what I'm saying, a platform where people like, you know, they think you're reputable, and so like every time you say something, no matter what it is, they're just like, that's it, that's the answer, that's the key. And it's crazy. Like misinformation is really gonna like get a lot of people fucked up, really, honestly.
For sure. And just like scams and how people are using like misinformation too, basically, or kind of wording it differently and stuff like that.
Yeah. Damn, speaking of like scams and stuff too, like AI, that is scary too, and how like AI is like coming across, and like now people are able to like scam you using AI. Like, I mean, it would just absolutely blow my mind to get a call from your number, right? I pick up and it's your voice, right? And you're telling me, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if like I know what you sound like, so like if it sounds like you, whatever you need, I'm coming. You know what I mean? Like, and that is such a scary thing to think about. Like, and that's why it's a good thing. Like, we really do maybe need to like make a code word for me and you, like, too. Just like how Ginger was talking about how they used to have a code word where we know, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
and that's what we teach. It was like kind of having a code word.
Yeah.
Like when you call parents or when you're texting, so they know it's really you.
Right. Yeah, that's smart.
Or like, without you even having to say anything, you just text it and they know like they need to come get you or whatever.
Yeah, because that shit is scary. Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, and then I get there and it'd be like a bunch of dudes like ready to rob me or some shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, I seen a post on Facebook saying that there's people calling and saying, "Can you hear me?" And you're not supposed to say yes because they're going to try to record you to say yes, so that when they go and try to, like, use your card or something and they ask, like, do you approve of this transaction? And they'll, like, play it so it says yes. So instead of saying yes, you can say, like, I don't know, I can hear you or whatever, something like that.
Yeah. Damn, that shit is getting scary, boy. Them scammers is just coming up and up and up and up.
Every single day.
More every day. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Anyways, though, so talking about teaching and stuff, like, what kind of other opportunities are you trying to explore outside of teaching as well that, like, you know, maybe there's kind of something that you want to do, like, for a lifetime?
For a lifetime? I don't know, to be honest.
Let's what's Skylar's dream life? You know, and like, it's your dream life. Like, what if you
to
could
stay at home?
Stay at home and do what though?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right, you have to do something though. Like, you have to have some type of way to make money. Like, what do you think would be your ultimate dream to like make money? Stripping?
No. I definitely want to be in the realm of helping helping people. Like,
Yeah.
that's always been my thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
when I was little, I either wanted to be a teacher or a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know. I love my job or like what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I love what I do
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I can work with kids and it's making an impact.
Right.
And like, I don't know if I've said this before, but I was in a program like this when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of is like, oh, I can keep doing something that I loved being in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. A lot of things require you to have a degree,
Yeah.
especially in like helping with kids or in
Yeah.
schools and things like that. So I don't know if I left this position or if I didn't find something like it that didn't require it. I don't know what I would do because I'm selfish and I want to be in a higher position, but I don't want to go get a degree.
Yeah. That is true. But
Maybe work for myself. I just don't see, honestly, like me doing Sky Solutions until I'm 60.
Really?
No.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with that because, I mean, I don't know if I see myself doing podcasts until I'm 60.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though, like, my dream life, like, right now, me as 26, my dream life, like, would be, like, traveling around just every week, you know what I mean? Even if it's not every week, you know, at least maybe traveling 2 weeks out of the month, you know what I mean? And, like, shooting podcasts, like, the biggest guest, you know what I mean? Like, I want Barack Obama, you know what I mean? I want freaking Jason Aldean. I don't know why I want Jason Aldean, but let's talk, you know what I mean? I want to
don't even like country music.
But
or
I
anything.
do like, now I'm chilling on the dirt road, laid back, swerving like I'm George
God.
Jones. Hey, now I might get a record deal at that.
No, you're going to get copyrighted for singing that.
I really hope not. I really might though, for real. No, I don't know. I might just have to mute that. If you guys just had a muted part right there, I was singing a Jason Aldean "Chilling on the Dirt Road" song. But nah, like I really I want to like that would be my dream though, for real. It's just to like be able to reach out to pretty much whoever I want, have them on the podcast. I know I'm not going to be able to get everybody, you know what I mean, no matter how big of a platform I have, but like when I shoot a shot, you know what I'm saying, more than likely it's going to go in type of thing, you know what I mean? Like just seeing myself like being able to help my family, you know what I'm saying, put them in positions to do things that they want to do, you know what I mean? Like I would love to be able to be that person, you know what I mean? Like that would be my dream life, you know what I mean? Like living somewhere in a fat house. Yeah. With a backyard pool and a fat grill. I want a big old nasty grill that I can just freaking smoke everything on. You know what I mean?
Well, two different things, right? A smoker and a grill.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I want both. Well, I think you can. They have like some of them that have it's like all in one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back to my dream. I think I know it now.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe. Not exactly, but maybe. But having my own like nonprofit organization to help kids in some capacity, whether it be, and this is kind of me being selective again, but specifically with probably kids with like parents that have been in trouble, or maybe they're in the foster system, or just like prevention programs like that I'm working with now, so people that might be kind of influenced or more influenced to go down the wrong path.
Yeah. That's really great too, and that's something that hits home for both of us.
Yeah.
Like both of our stories, you know what I'm saying? Like neither one of us were raised by our parents really. Like we both had people that, you know, stepped up, and like because of those people that did step up, that's what helped us not go down the path that, you know what I'm saying, we could have went down. I mean, it also had to come down to us.
For
you know what I'm saying, doing the things, but like having that structure and having those people that actually did, you know what I'm saying, care for us and showed us that they care for us kind of helped structure us going to a better path. And even though sometimes we may have steered away, eventually, you know what I'm saying, we're always able to like find our way back to, you know what I'm saying, moving towards doing something better for ourselves. So, and that's something that we've also talked about too. Like, down the road, you know, in the future, if for whatever reason me and you aren't able to have kids, like that's always an option that we would be more than willing to explore. Even if we do have kids, it still could be an option that we'd be willing to explore, just because, I mean, you could really change someone's life and like help that person become the person that they were meant to be. And that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
It is. I love it.
Yeah. Even though, like, I don't know. I don't know, because, like, I do, like, I feel like I would love it, but I also don't really like kids a whole lot right now. So, but I feel like once I take on the responsibility of actually having a kid, that'll change. I hope. You know what I mean?
I mean, you do like kids, but just like everybody, you get annoyed.
Yeah.
And, I mean, parents get annoyed, too.
Yeah.
You just are a little quicker to get annoyed.
I get annoyed. Yeah, I can definitely easily admit that I definitely get annoyed easier with kids. But the good thing about me, though, too, is, like, even though, like, a kid might get on my last nerve, like, I'm not going to be like, look, kid, shut the hell up and sit down and get on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're like, still playing with them and
messing with them and stuff. But I'm just like, oh, my gosh, I'm ready for this kid to go. Like, get out of here.
I love kids, though.
Yeah, and the kids love you. It's, like, crazy. I swear you're, like, the kid whisperer. It's freaking weird.
Just like a magnet, they just
gravitate towards you. It's so annoying. I remember one day. You remember that time? I'll just tell the people we were at my best friend's house, and this is the first time that not only the first time that like she met them, but like any of the people around them met my best friend. So anyway, or not any of the people that was with my best friend met her, which was, you know, my best friend's girlfriend, his fiance now, and his niece. And his niece was probably like 2 years old or whatever. She was at the house, knocked out cold, sleeping. This little girl literally wakes up out of her dead sleep, and the first thing that she does is walk right over to Skylar and get in her arms and fall back asleep.
Opened her arms up.
Just opened her arms up and was just like, yeah. And then Skylar picked her up, and the little girl just fell asleep. Like, out of everybody that was there, like, out of those people that she already knew, she looks at the one person that she's never seen in her life and just immediately went to her. Like, that's so crazy. Why? Like, what do you think it is about you that, like, makes kids just gravitate to you? They see your soul, huh?
No, I don't know. I always joke and say it's because I look like a kid. But for real, I don't know.
Yeah.
Kids just know, like, I guess. I don't know.
Does that make me an asshole, like a bad person, though? Because ain't no kid ever just woke up and been like, eh.
Most kids don't.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel like generally kids do like me, too.
Yeah, they do. Once they get to know you.
Yeah.
They may be scared at first, but that's also a kid thing. Like, most kids are just scared of males first.
Yeah. Especially, like, black males.
No.
Because that's the way society programs them to think, is to be afraid of black
you're
men.
not doing this to me right now.
I'm just saying, like, is that not true? You don't know? You're not? Okay. No? All right,
I don't know because I'm not a black male.
That's a good answer. Good answer. All right, what you got for us today? Ask some questions.
Okay. So, again, don't get on me because my questions are random as hell. But I'm going to start off with the controversial one.
Oh, okay.
Your favorite guest so far and your least favorite guest so far.
Okay.
On the podcast.
So, okay, my favorites. I have favorites. I don't think there's one that is like one of my absolute favorites. You know what I mean? Like, I have. Can I pick?
You sound like a dad right now.
I have like 2 or 3.
What's your favorite child? I don't have one.
I don't have one. Okay, I do have some favorites. Definitely the Twin Souls episode. I'm spinning the block on Twin Souls. We're definitely going to get around to because that one was good. There was so much more, but we had freaking camera issues and you know what I'm saying? Like all that other shit. So it wasn't able to get as much as I would
always
liked.
have good conversation.
Yeah, they
stories.
do. They do. They have great conversation. They have great stories. They've done so much that it's just like you can learn so much from them. And I love that. Cuddy, that was another one of my favorites.
He got deep.
Cuddy's got deep. Like, we got hella deep. That's another one I want to spin the block with. Like, another one that had a lot of stories, that's been through a lot. And I feel like me and him, like, have a lot, like, in
common.
In common. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word. But yeah, we have a lot in common. Like, I feel like that's like my white brother. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So those two would probably be so far like my top two. As far as least favorite guests, I honestly haven't had a least favorite guest. I've enjoyed all of them. I will say though, I have had a couple of them, which I'm not gonna name names because I just, you know what I'm saying, I don't want to be like that. But I have had a couple of them. After the pod. What'd you say?
After the pod, he's gonna tell me off camera.
Yeah. But and you probably, I mean, you already know, you know what I mean. But like, I have had a couple of them where like they shoot the pod and then there's like, oh, I don't want that to be in there, or I don't want this to be in there, or can you change this, or can you change that? And it's not like, I respect them, you know what I mean, and I understand why they want to do things like that, but at the same time, it's just like, man, like, I put my all into this, you know what I mean? Like, this is all me. Like, this is my creative dream, and at the end of the day, like, after your episode goes on and it's done for, like, you're not going to be there. You know what I mean? Like, it's up to me to keep going on this, and it's up to me to keep it going, and me to keep the creative process flowing. And I feel like when I give control to like guests and stuff like that, then it's not really me. You know what I mean? It's almost like the guests are telling, you know what I'm saying? Like, the guests are telling the story, but it's being told through my podcast. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I want it to stay that way. You know what I mean? So like, I do want to respect all the guests, and I never try to go, you know what I'm saying, into anything that like they don't want to talk about. And like, I guess in the past there has been a couple times where I failed to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that I ask that question and things like that. So it's all a learning process, and you know what I'm saying, I'll get better as I go. But I would say, like, as far as guests have gone, like, those are the only things that I haven't, like, that I've like, oh, this sucks, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
this is the part about
we
it that
just
I don't
need
like.
to tell them, like, hey, you need to treat it as alive. Like, you're alive, you're not taking anything out.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
sorry, you know.
Yeah,
like,
'cause I don't
and
like,
maybe that's us again not saying that ahead of time, which you should kind of know it, but whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't say it,
Right.
so. But yeah, and you can't just change everything, you know. And it was nothing like dirty or wrong at all, you know. Like,
and that's the thing. Like, I guess like sometimes it kind of stops me from wanting to ask questions, because I'm like, dang, like, I'm being respectful, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not asking you anything, or I'm phrasing it in ways that, you know what I'm saying, is like, I try to make sure I'm not going to get anybody in trouble legally or with any business that they got going on or anything like that. And so like, I put a lot of work into like getting these things set up, and then like whenever you get it done, you shoot it, and then people are like, oh, let's change this, that, and that, and it's like, no, like,
yeah. And we allow people to say like, oh no, like, we don't want to get into that.
Yeah,
like,
and that's another
fine.
thing. Like, yeah, and I'm always respectful of that. So if I ever do ask a question that you don't want to answer, you know, for all the future guests, you know what I mean? Like, if there is ever a question, like, all you have to do is just say, no, I don't want to talk about that. I'd rather not get into that. We'll move right on. There's no, you know what I mean? There's no other questions, ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not going to push the issue. Cool, let's move on. Let's not even do it. But yeah, that's one of the, I would say is like the only problem that I've had with shooting the pod. But I am kind of also afraid of in the future of like obtaining guests, you know. It's so hard whenever you have such a small platform.
No, even when you have a big one, not everybody's gonna want to drop everything and just go shoot a pod with you.
Well, that's true too. But I feel like if you have a bigger platform, then you have a lot more like availability, you know what I mean? Like, there's more people
but
that
also,
are willing to
I'm
jump
sure
on
they
it.
run out of people too.
Yeah, maybe so. And like, and the good thing about it is too, like, the more that you grow your base, then the less you have to have guests, you know what I mean? People just come because they want to hear you, you know what I mean? This is why I like, and I do want to incorporate more episodes where it's just like me and you just shooting the shit, just talking, you know what I'm saying, about life and whatever we're doing and whatnot, because eventually it'll help people like kind of get to know us more and love the pod, not just for the guests, but for, you know what I'm saying, us and, you know what I'm saying, the hosts and stuff. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But all right, what else you got?
Now, kind of the same, but who's the guest that you dream of having?
I already said it, Barack Obama.
Oh.
Definitely.
I didn't know you said it. But yeah, that's a good one. That actually surprised me.
It's good now.
Oh,
Yeah.
because I don't know. I thought you were gonna do like a YouTuber or a podcaster.
Hell no. I want Obama on this thing. Definitely Obama. If number one is Obama, number two would be LeBron James.
Oh,
Number
those are
three is
two
Drake.
good ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Because he's got one of the most interesting stories to me. You know what I mean? Like someone like who looks like me, who has made it to the highest level office in America. That is such a crazy feat. I don't care what you say about the man. I don't care if you don't believe, you know what I'm saying? Even if you don't think he did a lot for black people, just the fact that
He made
it is enough for black people. Like, to me, that is enough to give a little black boy a dream to think, I can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, he broke history.
He broke history, yeah. And like, even if he, like I said, even if he didn't do a lot, maybe the next black person that comes along, you know what I'm saying, that next little black boy that's thinking about, well, Obama really, you know what I'm saying, but he made it, you know what I'm saying, which means I can make it and I can do that too. Like before that, every black kid that wanted to be the president, you know what I'm saying, they may have wanted to be the president, but in the back of their mind, they had it like, well, that's never happened before. Why
and
would
I
it happen for
don't
me?
necessarily know, but it's possible that since he was black, you know, they maybe didn't want to push his ideas so much.
Yeah, you know, maybe that could have been the thing, you know, and not only that, but like, people got to also remember, like, the president, like, role is only so limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're pretty much just the face of the country. You're not really the big brains, you know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of, you know what I'm saying, businesses and stuff are. Like, a lot of times the face of a company isn't necessarily the brains of the company, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much almost how the presidency is. Like, you're just the one that is delivering the speeches, and you know what I'm saying, you don't even write half the speeches, you know what I'm saying, you have speech writers and all this other stuff for you. Everything is all the decisions are made for you pretty much. You're just the one that announces them to the world.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And so,
or kind of make sure everything's in line.
Everything's in line and all that stuff, meetings and, you know what I'm saying, kissing babies and signing foreheads, and, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, those would definitely be my top guess for sure. And then LeBron James, I mean, that dude is just, he's like one of my idols without being like an idol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like saying that I have an idol, you know what I mean? But like,
I mean, it's okay if it's a celebrity.
Well, and I mean, I just mean like I guess I'm meaning like from a religious standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want like to say that someone is an idol to me, you know what I mean? Like, not like a godly idol, you know what I mean? But
I think they're two different things.
yeah, but I just mean like still. But anyway, yeah, he's just someone that like I really like respect and look up to a lot. It's just as far as everything he's done in his position of being a person of color as well.
Okay. Next question. What do people misunderstand about you the most?
That's a good question. What do people misunderstand about me the most?
Or what do you think people assume about you the most?
I think people assume.
Are you sure? I really don't think that's
Yeah.
true. Okay.
It says it is, at least.
It doesn't look like it.
I don't know if I better be going.
I don't think so.
All right, hold on. We'll take a quick little pause real quick. Yeah, it is.
Sorry, guys. The words were making me nervous.
I know. They did kind of make me nervous. That's why I got up too. But yeah, I restarted it over here, so it's good. But anyway, so I think what is most misunderstood about me is I think a lot of people don't necessarily take me serious. And it's because I'm a funny person. I'm an outgoing person. I'm a eccentric person, dramatic at times, goofy, immature, sometimes annoying. You know what I mean? And I can admit that about myself. But I think that a lot of people maybe kind of take that and they think that that's just all there is to me. It's just goofiness and, you know what I'm saying? But underneath all that, you know what I'm saying, like, there actually is someone that, like, actually does have big goals, does have big dreams, does, you know what I'm saying, educate themselves and take the time to try to learn things and progress, you know what I mean? And so I would say that's probably one of the things that is most misunderstood about me, is definitely just the fact that, like, people may not take me serious or think that I'm actually serious about a lot of things that I do.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think is the most misunderstood thing about you? That's a good question. Might steal that one for the future.
I don't know. Like, I guess, like, people just looking at me, they may just think, like, I'm a typical Asian person, but I guess I'm not really. I'm pretty Americanized.
Yeah.
But that's probably about it.
Yeah. Do you think that that's a good thing or a bad thing? Like that you are an Americanized Asian?
I feel like, I mean, it's good to me,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, I do like the Asian culture, but I'm not like, it's probably bad that I'm saying this.
No, go ahead and say it.
But like, you know, some people are just die hard their race or their culture, and that's not really me.
Yeah, and I love that you say that, because that's 100% me. Like, I am the same exact way. Like, I wish sometimes that I had more ties to, you know what I'm saying, my culture and stuff. But I mean, again, like, black people don't really have a whole lot of culture to fall back on, you know what I mean? Like, besides slavery, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not really closely related to our African roots, you know what I mean? But
yeah, that's like, it's not two different things, but it is.
Yeah,
No, like,
exactly.
you're either like African or you're
African
American,
which is really just American, Black American, really, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, even though, like, even the American side of it, like, I wouldn't say, like, I definitely relate to black people, you know what I'm saying, 100%. But I also relate to white people. I also relate to Mexican culture. I also relate to Asian culture now, and you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like I'm the same way. Like, I will never just be, like, so diehard black that I'm like, I can't respect, you know what I'm saying, the great things that the white people have to bring, that I can't respect the great things that the Mexicans have to bring, or the Hispanic culture. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many good things, just like me and Nick were talking about, in each culture and each race. And it's just like, I could never be the type of person that is just going to be, oh, I hate this, you know, basically a racist, you know what I'm saying? Because that's ultimately what it comes down to, you know what I'm saying? And even if you don't hate, you know what I'm saying, the other race or whatever, like, still just like, only being for your race, you know what I mean, is can somewhat be just as bad and have a negative impact as, you know what I'm saying, someone that hates another race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people that hate that we're together or look at us weird when we're out together.
Right. Yeah, and so, like, I don't know, like, I feel like that's a bad thing that, like, a lot of black people do, you know what I mean? Like, they hate whenever white people do anything that has anything to do with black people. Like, I remember I told you about this, like, I had a cousin, you know what I mean, that would, like, basically, she hated Jack Harlow because he made rap music and said that, like, he was cultural appropriation and stuff. And I'm like, what kind of cultural appropriation is Jack Harlow doing? Like, Jack Harlow is just making freaking good music. Like,
or braids,
you know what I mean? Like, and who cares? Like, if these people want to wear our stuff, you know what I mean? Like, that should be a no to us, you know what I mean? Like, our culture is getting so big now that, like, white people want to, you know what I'm saying, do our stuff, you know what I'm saying? Mexican people want to do our stuff. Asians want to do our stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool to me, you know what I mean? It's cool to me that, like, we are starting to have that impact on a whole nation of people and not just amongst our people. And so, for me, like, whenever I see those things, like, I mean, of course, there is sometimes whenever you got, like, people that are obviously, you know what I'm saying, doing cultural appropriating things, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to go ahead and say it, like, the Whoa Vicky character, like,
Oh.
yeah, like, come on, girl, like, chill out, you know what I mean? But she got her little 15 seconds of fame and she's out of the picture. Same with, like, 6ix9ine and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Like, they're just people that just do a whole lot of, like, stupid antics to get, you know what I'm saying, clout. And, you know, as you see through it, you know what I'm saying, those people kind of make it bad for the people like Jack Harlow, who are actually just into music, like hip-hop music, wanted to create their own version of it.
Yeah, not taking it to the extreme.
And not taking it to the extreme, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't even know where that question came from or how we got on that topic, but that's how I feel about it, though. So,
okay.
But, all right, so I got some more stuff for you. Oh, you want to keep going?
No, it's okay. But I do have interesting ones.
Oh, okay, you know, let's get to them then.
What do you think the world will look like in 50 years?
That is so hard to think about, right? Because what did the world look like 50 years ago?
I was
Not even around, right? But I mean, we see.
I was gonna say dead, but I guess just
not alive. He's unalive. But I mean, just we see movies and stuff. I mean, we're in 2023, so 50 years ago was the 70s. 73 was 50 years ago. I mean, think about 1973, like in the movies and stuff. Like, it's such a
they
crazy.
had cars then, right?
Yeah. Duh. Yes. They had everything that we got now, pretty much.
Okay. Just not phones and internet.
Not like phones and like, I mean, definitely not smart cars and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the cars were like those old, like from the Rest to Riches show that we be watching. They were like those type of cars. You know what I'm saying? Those old, you know what I'm saying, type of cars. So nothing, power windows and stuff like that. But I just think, I don't know, like it's crazy to think about though, because there was so much room for advancement in technology, and it's like, how much more room do we have now? You know what I'm saying? But like,
there's probably gonna be robots.
Yeah, I definitely think like 50 years from now, it's hard to even, it's kind of scary to think about what it could be like, because literally like it could just be a world full of freaking technology and robots and shit like that, and then eventually like that shit's gonna give out. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be some type of like great fucking, I don't even know what to call it, basically a Great Depression, where something happens and like all the power grid goes out, and then we're just fucked. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be like overpowering, like too much shit's gonna be powered.
You think so? Like, there's just gonna be no power
unless they come up with a solution for like solar power. Like, I just feel like eventually like so many things are gonna be connected to power that like power grids are gonna end up fucking up, especially if some type of natural disaster happens and it hits some type of main power line or power unit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I don't know either. I have no clue what it'll look like in 50 years.
That's so hard to think about, for real.
But we'll be alive.
Yeah, we will be. I'll be like 50 years from now, I'll be 76 years old. So we'll have lived through generations of like stuff. Like, it'll be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, our grandpas and stuff that have all those stories from the old times, like, that'll be us.
Basically.
That'll be us. Like, oh, I remember 50 years ago.
Especially for you, because you started off with when like internet was like just coming out and stuff like that.
And stuff. Yeah, that'll be crazy. Like, seeing what internet started out almost as, and then what it's gotten to now, and then 50, like, that is literally so hard to think about. But drop a comment below. I want y'all to, that's a good question. What do y'all think the world would look like 50 years from now? Drop a comment below. Let us know what you think that might look like. I would love to hear some of you guys' answers. So,
okay, I'm gonna probably get rid of a few or skip a few.
Okay.
Let's see. Where is one place you will never go, even if you were paid like $1 million, $2 million, or whatever to go to?
Prison. Prison.
Okay, I guess that's a good answer. I guess I was like meaning an actual like city or destination, not really prison. But I guess that's
I don't think there's anywhere in the world that you couldn't pay me not to go to, at least. Where would you not go to?
I don't know. What about, I'm not going to say a country because I don't know what country, but What about in some other country where they're having wars and shooting each other just out on the street? You wouldn't want to go there, would you?
I mean, I guess I really wouldn't want to, but if somebody was like, yeah, I'll give you $2 million, it depends on what I got to go do.
Live?
Oh, I have to go live there? There's nowhere I'd rather live than America, I don't think. I think maybe like some tropical paradise. You could make
Canada or Mexico work.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to live in Mexico, honestly. I really don't.
You could make work.
Especially, I don't think that I would want to live anywhere where English isn't the main language.
Yeah.
Selfish of me, you know what I'm saying? And I would love to learn another language, but also like to have to learn to speak another primary language. I don't want to do that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm 26 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 26. Like, I ain't got time to be learning a whole nother primary language. You know what I mean? Like, I want to stay in America as far as living, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay. One last one.
All right.
What are your goals for the podcast?
Like I said, I kind of already explained it earlier whenever we talked about like what our dream, you know what I'm saying, life looks like. Like that would be my goal for the podcast, is just to be able to like stay booked, you know what I mean? Like continue to bring out episodes every week, bigger and bigger guests, you know what I mean? Like people that, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be big guests. I would love, my dream actually for this podcast is to be able to build a platform where I can showcase the guests that I want. I can pick whose story I want to tell. You know what I mean? Like there's so many people out there that may only have 100 followers but have a crazy story. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I was gonna say maybe like you actually going to find people that do have crazy stories or great things that they're doing and help them build.
Yes, that would be amazing to me, because like I said, like I'm one of those people right now, you know what I mean, where I feel like I have a crazy story, you know what I mean, like, and it's just a regular story, but I have a lot of funny stories in life and shit like that. But regardless, you know what I'm saying, there's people out there that have way more interesting stories than me, that have done way more than me, you know what I mean. They may be 60 years old, you know what I mean, and have no social media at all, but like they have a whole life that they've lived, you know what I mean? And I would love to be able to showcase that and bring that on and break that to people, you know what I mean? Not just always doing the big guests, you know what I mean? But people that have just something interesting to talk about. That'd be crazy. Yeah. All right, so my turn now? All right, let's go. All right, let's talk about the submarine capsule.
Oh, gosh.
Because what the hell were those people thinking? I mean,
I don't know. I never do that.
I mean, when you think about it, they paid $250,000
to go to a gravesite.
Literal and metaphorically. Which is, I mean, honestly, I will say it is sad. And I do feel for those people, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that they didn't lose their lives, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks that they lost their life and all that. But at the same time, it's just so hard to be like very sympathetic or empathetic towards them. Like I have sympathy for them, but it's like it's hard to have empathy.
Well, it depends. Did they know exactly what they were getting themselves into? Did they know the ship wasn't? It hasn't really been tested like in the depth that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
It had a freaking remote controller.
Yeah.
Some of the parts were built from RV World or some shit like that.
Right.
If they knew, then unfortunately you do have what was coming for you. Like you willingly went into something that
it's almost like a case of like play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Basically,
which it sounds, you know what I'm saying, like fucked up to say it like that and stuff, but it's like it is like seriously, like what were you like and like we were talking about, you weren't like they weren't even doing anything for science, you know what I mean? It was literally a tourism exploration. Like they were going down there to see wreckage from the Titanic. Like it's just I just don't think that there's any type of tourist attraction that's worth risking your life and paying $250,000 to go do it. Like
yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you got your shit figured out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd much rather, like, pay some money and risk my life and go jump out of a plane. You know what I mean? Like, that's proven to be safe. You know what I mean? Like, 1,000 people jump out of a plane, only 3 of them die. You know what I mean? Like, when you're thinking about going down 12,000 feet or however long they went down, like, who's done that before? No one type shit. You know what I mean? So, like, I just don't understand. Like, and
they didn't really, like we said, test it.
Mm-hmm. What happened?
I just nicked it, and so it was buzzing.
But yeah, they didn't even test it or anything like that. And that's another thing. Like you know, like that's one common thing that everyone knows is you go deep into the ocean, the pressure is so strong that it just collapses. So why would you not send the exact thing that you're gonna go down in? Send it down there with nobody in it. Make sure that that thing does what it's supposed to. And at least if you're gonna use a remote controller, make sure that it freaking works. You know what I mean? Like. Why was there no freaking line on it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure you could find freaking 12,000 meters worth of freaking chain, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It just blows my mind that that actually happened.
Oh, man.
And, you know, the sad part about it is, like we were talking about, they probably had no clue it was even coming. Like, no, they were probably down there just talking just like we were right now.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Just collapsed.
Yeah.
And then they sat there and told us for for a long ass time, like, oh, we lost them, we can't find them. Oh, we finally heard banging noises. Da 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 da. Oh, they're all dead.
So I saw or heard that, I guess the Navy.
Yeah.
Heard or saw, like, detected the explosion but didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And then found it, but then, like, I don't know, told us later.
Wow. They don't care about us.
I mean, no,
or
but
keeping us in the
like
loop, at
we
least.
don't really. Do we really need to know about that?
Honestly, no.
Exactly.
Not really. I guess
none of those people we knew. None of those people have like impacts on our lives.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it was nobody like. They were important because they were people, but it wasn't like the president that was in there or something. You know, like.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that really matters.
I mean,
but
they
no,
would
I get what you're saying,
likely
though. I think
put that shit out if it was somebody that was, you know, but
I think the main thing though is like they weren't really like the thing that makes it that for me is they weren't doing anything important. Like they were just going down there to see wreckage. Like if they would have been those 4 exact same people that were trying to, you know what I'm saying, like go down there to discover life or discover what's down there, you know what I'm saying, just a science exploration. Damn, you know what I mean? Like that sucks, you know what I mean? That I feel for them then, you know what I mean? It'd just be the same as like if someone were to die going to the moon or going out of space to do something, you know what I'm saying? That would suck because they're trying to advance, you know what I'm saying, life and things like that.
Yeah, it was for a purpose, not for
a purpose,
fun.
Not for fun. Like you were literally testing things for fun. And this is what happened, and now you like people want us to be sorry for them. Like I see a bunch of people on Facebook like we should feel sorry for them. We should be da 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 da. Like
I haven't. Most of my people are like they don't give a f about the rich people.
Well, yeah, it's honestly just like mainly like the older Karens that are like we shouldn't be doing it. We should feel sorry. I'm just like you can feel sorry all you want, but I ain't finna waste no sleep feeling sorry for these people. I'm sorry. But anyway, so. Moving on from that, like we said, guys, all over the place today. So, who has been the biggest influence in your life?
I don't know. Maybe, well, as a kid, like Lindsay, but then as I grew up, like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is it weird to say nobody?
It's not. It's not weird at all. You haven't had that person come into your life and had that influential impact on you yet. Like as far as like, you know, influencing you, you know what I'm saying, type of thing, or mentoring you type of thing.
Yeah, like I've had a lot of teachers in my life that I still, you know, keep in contact with and that help me out or give me advice, but like a real like, I don't know, influence, I wouldn't really say like. Because that almost makes me feel like you want to, like, follow in their footsteps almost, you know?
Kind of, yeah. Well, I would say, like, so, like, the biggest influence on my life probably, honestly, has probably been Kiki. And, like, I mean, me and Kiki, which, for those that don't know, Kiki, like we were talking about earlier, Coffee and Kicks, that was Coffee, the Coffee side of that, my older cousin. But it's like we've always had 2 totally different lives, you know what I mean? Like we've always went 2 totally different paths, but just like his character, his demeanor, his just the type of person that he is, his drive and his discipline has always been something that like I've strived to like had. And I've always thought like if I could, you know what I'm saying, like work to have that same type of drive, that same type of discipline, I could potentially change my life, you know what I'm saying, way for the better. Like just because I've seen him work so hard for things. I've seen him like balance lots of different things in life and continue to be, you know what I'm saying, one of the best to do it, you know what I'm saying? And so I've just always admired him, and I've always just admired just his level of just compassion for people, like his level of authenticity with people. He's just like one of the most real people, down to earth people that you'll ever meet. And the dude is actually fucking funny. Like there's not a lot of people in this life that are just actually truly funny. Kiki is actually fucking funny. You're just
Sometimes.
You're a hater.
You act like he's like funny all the time. He's not always like cracking a joke and being funny.
Nah, but just like him. I mean, damn near though. He damn near is always cracking a joke, being funny. Definitely, dude is definitely a goofball. You're a hater, huh?
You are.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, okay. I'm definitely more of a goofball, but I mean, how many people are gonna be as funny as me though?
Okay.
All right. So, what's the most awkward thing that has happened to you while on a date?
You stole that from TikTok. Was it? It was TikTok, wasn't it? When I was listening to it or something. I don't know. I didn't really like before you. It was just like kiddie high school relationship. So
Yeah.
like I don't know. I will say it not like no because it's not embarrassing. Like
It doesn't have to be embarrassing, just awkward.
oh, you said awkward.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know either. That's a hard one.
All right. Well, there's too much silence here, so I'll go ahead and say. But I'm kind of the same way. Like, unfortunately, there's not too many girls I can say that I've taken them on a date. I just never really been like a let's go on a date type of person. Unless, you know what I'm saying, I really fuck with you type shit. Like, I mean, I have been on some dates and stuff, but like never like enough dates to really have any awkward moments like that. So for me, like the most awkward is definitely whenever we went to Tokyo Garden and I had the freaking girly drink and all the guys around the table had these Minley drinks and I like got this sangria that's all colored and has fruit and fucking curly straw. Did it have a curly straw? I think it did.
I don't know if it had a curly straw, but it probably had an umbrella because
yeah,
most like Japanese places like that have an umbrella.
It did. Yeah, so that was freaking awkward as hell, and I was like, oh my gosh, this girl's gonna think I'm a freaking little fruitcake because I got this drink now.
I had sangria in my fridge.
Yeah, but you're a girl.
Nah.
So it makes sense.
Nah.
Anyway, all right, because you fluked on that question.
Yeah, because it's hard. I don't really have one.
What's something you're really passionate about?
Something I'm really passionate about. Helping people.
Hating.
No.
Yeah.
She's my biggest supporter and now I'm a hater. Okay. Which one is it?
Anyway, helping people how? Helping people how? Just any way or every way? Or?
Yeah, really just helping people in any way.
All right, now people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, "You said that you like helping people. Can I get $5?"
I can help you get a job.
How do you feel about whenever random people that you haven't talked to in years message you and ask you for money? Because that is something. Okay, I'm just gonna put it straight out there, huh?
It depends. Like, I
hate that shit. I hate it. If I'm not cool with you, we haven't talked in 2+, 3+, 4+, 5+ years. I don't know what in your right mind makes you think that you can just hit me up with some sob story, ask me for money like I ain't broke myself.
True, but like sometimes you have to take yourself into account, and like you said, like what if you were in that position, nobody was answering you, and also like what I told you, like as a female, if you're maybe stranded out somewhere or whatever, it's a little bit more dangerous and time emergent to get money to get home or whatever the case may be.
Borrow some money from Cash App.
I guess that's true, but some people may not be approved. Like, don't you have to get direct deposit or usually have an average amount of money in there? I don't think they just allow every and anybody to.
I don't know, to be honest, but I don't know. I mean, I guess I hear what you're saying. I do. Maybe, and you know me, I'm just an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, but still, like, especially when it comes to just like giving people money, like I don't know, like it just rubs me the wrong way because
I mean, it is weird, but
weird, yeah.
if sometimes like if you know that somebody really does need it and they aren't lying about the situation, I'd be more likely to do it, like.
Well, and that's different. Like, I mean, because that's how I almost got scammed on Snapchat, because I thought that somebody that I thought that I knew, you know what I'm saying, had asked me if they needed money, had asked me. But I thought that somebody that I knew was a good person, you know what I'm saying? And like, if they actually need money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that they're asking because they need it, you know what I'm saying? And then turns out it was they got their profile hacked or whatever. But like, I guess, yeah, I'm talking about the people that like, you just, I mean, it's hard to know like if they actually need it because you literally aren't that close to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how like, unclose you are to them. For example,
like the girl that messaged me, what was it, yesterday or the day before, whatever it was. I could have called her or said, hey, well, your phone's working right now. Video me, like, and like, let me know it's actually true and this isn't a scam or whatever,
Yeah. I don't know. Just stop calling me. Stop asking me for money. I fuck with y'all. I love y'all. And I'll support y'all. But I can't support y'all financially because I'm still having problems supporting myself financially. So there's that. But anyways, I'm about ready to wrap this thing up. We got a lot of stuff to do today. We got a lot of fun stuff. We're about to go to a museum today. We're about to go to the Phillibrook. Go see
Phillibrook.
Oh, it's Philbrook? Are you sure?
Yes, there's no A.
No I. F-I-L-I, ain't it? Pretty sure it's F-I-L-I.
It's Brook. P-H-I-L.
Yeah, P-H.
B-O-O-K.
No, I'm pretty sure it's P-H-I-L-I. Phila.
Hey, Alexa, how do you spell Philbrook Museum?
Sorry, I don't know that.
See, Alexa don't even know.
Okay, let me look it up.
All right, look it up while I get ready to close this out. Anyways, guys, we got a bunch of stuff to do. We're about to go to the museum. About to go check that out. We've never been, so that should be fun. We've got a bunch of other stuff. Gonna go get some food for the swim. We're gonna go swimming today. What is it?
I was right.
It's Philbrook.
P-H-I-L-B-R-O-O-K.
Ah, damn. Philbrook Museum. All right, well, then I guess I'll stop saying Phila. But we hope you guys appreciated today's episode. We were just sitting here shooting the shit, wanted to bring you guys something, you know what I'm saying, keep the episodes rolling. We appreciate y'all for staying tuned, for watching if you're watching, listening if you're listening. Be sure to know that we are streaming on all platforms. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those places that you like to listen to your podcast, we are up and running on. So make sure that you go tune in wherever you listen to your podcast at. Just type in Everybody Hates Jabber, and we are up and running. You guys can go support us wherever you want to. We appreciate y'all staying tuned for another episode. That's it for today, y'all. We out this thing. You got anything else for us?
Go check out Sky Solutions on Instagram and Facebook.
Check out Sky Solutions on Instagram and Facebook for all your meal prep needs, home organization needs, office organization needs, content creation needs. I mean, fuck, whatever you need, just check her out. I'm sure we can work something out for you. So anyways, man, we appreciate y'all for watching. It's another episode. We out. All right, there we go.